May I apologise in advance for what may be said by me and Alan. But you need to hear this, because not only because he's not the godly older brother that you have always thought he was, but he did me over on Saturday at my 21st quite badly, so I think I should get him back. Anyways, I will now pass over to Alan.
Yes!
Hello. How about that ride in? I guess that's why they call it Sin City. You guys might not know this, but I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man Wolfpack. But when I met Slater, I knew he was one of my own. And my Wolfpack, it grew by one. So there were two of us in the Wolfpack. I'm not sure how well you all understand the social dynamic of the Wolfpack, so I'm taking the liberty of a bit of research. To quote Wikipedia, Wolfpacks are often portrayed as strictly hierarchical social structures with a breeding alpha pair which climbs a social ladder through fighting, something to which Slater is no stranger. Followed by subordinate beta wolves, and then the one low-ranking omega, which bears the brunt of the pack's aggression. Obviously, when Slater joined KCS and my Wolfpack, he was the omega. A constant source of amusement and a target for a spot of pack bullying with his unique Slaterisms. Moments that spring to mind include a confused Will pointing at someone's petrol cap and asking, "Fine, was that an extra?" Or when one day at lunch I asked Will if he'd mind getting me a kiwi. Being the kind gentleman that he is, he went up to get me my piece of fruit, but unfortunately he came back with an apple. To this day he denies ever thinking that the kiwi is just a name for a green apple.
The wolf isn't the only animal that Slater can be compared to. Many of you may know that Slater has many very similar characteristics to that of a honey badger. To quote Wikipedia again, it is a primarily carnivorous species and has few natural predators due to its thick skin and ferocious defensive abilities. Slater is well known for being very thick. After 3 years of what can only be described as bullying, he has managed to pull through school with a score of 38 in IB, which he's never stopped going on about. God only knows how he did that, with the only test he passed before that being his dyslexic test. Number 2. Sorry, not dyslexic, slow. I don't know how that gets you 25% extra in your exam, but I don't know. Number 2, this one's a bit disgusting, but it's somewhat true. The honey badger possesses an anal pouch. The smell of this pouch is reportedly suffocating and may assist in calming bees when raiding beehives. Now, Slater is well known for his, disgusting farts, and for having no consideration for others when he opens his anal pouch. This is proven when he met my new girlfriend, got into the car with us, and before even saying hello, all the windows were shut and I think everyone was gagging. That was his way of saying hello.
Despite all the bullying and the disgusting habits, how could such an angry man stay in Omega forever? Before long, Slater started fighting his way up the pecking order, quite literally. Now, I've been lucky enough to be on the receiving end of Will's rage a few times. In fact, one of my friends from university can testify to it, having had his head stamped on by an irate Slater in his first ever season of playing rugby for Kings. Reversing a penalty, by the way, that would have almost certainly won us the game. Then, of course, there was one time in New Zealand, and we almost got kicked out of our hostel in Queenstown when Slater punched a girl.
another very well-known characteristic of the honey badger. The eyes are small and the ears a little more than ridges on the skin. Another possible adaptation to avoiding damage whilst fighting. Now we all know that Slater is partial to a good scrap, whether it's breaking his hand play fighting with Jack Dennison, who, if you didn't know, is a Chinese takeaway owner on the island of Magaluf, and also 5'4" and rather fat. Or losing a fight with a wing mirror in New Zealand in the Bay of Islands, then proceeding to call an ambulance, telling them that his hand was broken when it clearly wasn't, and continued to tell them that it was broken even though 3 medical professionals told him that it was just bruised. Slater, you really do need to learn how to fight.
Will, there is no denying it, you do have the aggression and the determination that you need to join that alpha mating pair in the Wolfpack. But how could you lead a successful hunting and killing machine with such terrible organisational skills? I must say I'm very impressed that you managed to make it here tonight on time, Will, considering the amount of times you've made me late. But the moment that really takes the biscuit was in Fiji. Now, having robbed his friends of almost £800 each for a trip under the false pretense that we were going to be living on a boat, something that devastates Harry to this day, he booked our boat back to the mainland merely 1 hour before our flight. And needless to say, the boat was late. Like that would have been enough time anyway. We had no choice but to pay a fisherman a ludicrous amount of money to take us to the mainland, where we then bribed the taxi driver to get us to the airport by any means possible, something which he took to mean driving on the wrong side of the road and overtaking on the pavement. Luckily we got to the airport just in time, and alive, to be told that our flight had been cancelled almost a month before and Slater hadn't checked the emails.
Now, although it might look like there's nothing good to say about Slater, he is a very charitable man and believes highly in gender equality. That's why, nearing the end of our travels through New Zealand, he very kindly donated $400 New Zealand to a Maori women's charity. The reasons for this were left flowing down the main street in Queenstown to the displeasure of the New Zealand police.
Slater, as you show, you are a great amusement to many of your friends. You're a very important member of our Wolfpack, and a good friend who is never a bore to be around, and yet would never let a fellow wolf brother down. Whilst the honey badger is a solitary character, you are constantly the life and soul of the party, and a great number of your dear friends here is testament to your character. But, Slater, tonight, I make a toast. Blood brothers. I'm joking, no, we won't do that, but we will share together a drink of Jägermeister, but wait, not just us.
Can everyone please raise their glasses and toast to Will Slater and very happy Thank you all.